Hello and welcome. Today's topic is marketing for a startup. So, we will be talking about, we will be defining the marketing, then we will be mostly focusing on digital marketing, then market segmentation, target marketing, product positioning. We will be briefly talking about marketing mix. Marketing starts when a startup ideate something, or they try to identify a pain point in a group of people or in a group of businesses, so that they can start thinking as to what kind of business model they are going to adopt. So, it starts from identifying pain point, then come up with a solution with a superior value proposition compared to competitors, and then all the actions that they take forward to get engaged with the customer, acquire new customer, retain them with satisfaction. Everything together is part of marketing management. Building a strong brand is perhaps the most important component of marketing. The end result of marketing is sales. So, we do everything in marketing so as to be able to sell profitably to a growing number of customers, so that we gain appreciable growth, achieve growth. So, there are several definitions given by important people. Peter Drucker said, marketing makes selling superfluous, meaning that you do so many things in marketing that selling becomes almost like automatic, means you do not have to push your product to sell. So, there are many other definitions, but I will be reading one that is by Philip Kotler. He is the author of the most important books that is referred to in all the business schools. He says, we see marketing management as the art and science of choosing target markets and keeping and growing customers through creating and delivering and communicating superior customers value. That is what is marketing. So, in a nutshell, that covers the entire thing that we do to sell. Marketing is a process by which companies create value. It is almost repetition of the same thing. Create values for customers. They build a strong customer relationship, so that customer remains connected, engaged with the company. They become a repeated buyer. They come repeatedly to the company and buy company's product. That is how company grows. Understand changing needs and choices of the customer, then refine or redesign product services to meet them, to give customers a sense of higher value. Building a strong brand by establishing emotional connectivity with customers, create premium brand equity and gain pricing power. Brand equity refers to pricing power, meaning if you have high brand equity, your company's value goes up. Why it goes up? Because if you have a strong brand equity, customers will never go away from you. So, whenever you will be increasing the price of your product, customers will not go away, means they will bear with you and they will continue to buy your product, and you make superior profit. In the process, you create higher value for all the stakeholders. The goal of marketers, therefore, is to know who the customers are and their attitude, their behavior, their needs, their aspiration, whatever they expect from the company, to understand that, so that you can customize your product, refine your product to meet them. It helps to discover their persona, meaning their everything, their behavior, their aspirations, everything, and the company can come up with a product that resonate with that persona, meaning whatever their requirement are, your product can serve all of them. It is like a perfect product market fit we discussed when we discussed about value proposition canvas. It helps to know which of their unique needs and aspirations can be fulfilled, and it helps to discover how to design value proposition to attract them, attract new customer by promising superior value, and to keep current customers and grow by delivering higher satisfaction. marketing can be considered as an umbrella under which there are many constructs or many actionable strategies that can be that marketers can attend to create to connect with increasing number of customers and help the company to grow or to sell, achieve higher sales. Their branding, advertising, pricing, content marketing, public relations, messaging, online presence, social media, market research, and everything together, it culminates into selling. Except market research, we will be discussing all other items today. Branding is a very important part of company relationship with customers. Branding is your company's promise to the customer that we are going to give you these values, especially those are superior values compared to competitors. And then through performance, they give customers the confidence that we mean business, we provide you superior value, so that they remain loyal to the company, to the products. A brand is like a channel of communication through which they connect with the customers. So the customer comes repeatedly to buy the product. Stronger brand, stronger the brand, deeper is the relationship and commitment of the customers to come back and buy our product. A brand may represent, its brand does not always mean that it has to be a superior product, a premium product. Brand can be a low cost okay type of product. So, there will be a segment of the population who will be looking forward to low cost, but slightly premium kind of product, not very high premium product, but okay type of product. On the other side, brand can be high cost, highly premium, something else, and there can be anything in between. So, how your product is, which segment you are targeting your product, depending on that you create a brand, so that they connect with your product, they connect with your brand, and then they look forward to your product only whenever they make a purchase decision. Branding is the process of building trust in customer's mind on a product or service, or maybe on the company as a whole, through promising certain values and then over delivering beyond your promise by performing better. And the goal is to establish a significant and differentiated presence in the market or in the minds of the customer, so that you can attract and retain loyal customers. Branding also requires to communicate through advertisement and promotion. That is how you create brand. We will see more of it. Branding has two definite components. One is the rational component, that is the tangible part, and that companies try to deliver through quality, through added features, through price or something like that. The other component is the emotional component, where companies, startups, they give mental satisfaction or high esteem or creating trust by telling story that resonates with the story of the customer. So, they feel that this is they kind of realize some kind of connectivity with the brand. So, they remain loyal irrespective of the quality of the product, they remain emotionally attached. So, you have to, companies have to really target both. They have to maintain quality, they have to make sure that whatever features the customers are liking to buy, then price, of course, unless they have to really manage their cost and come up with a price that is competitive. On the other hand, they have to connect with customers emotionally, so that they remain loyal, they remain attached to the brand. It has been proven, means there are many experiments, like particularly Coca-Cola has done this experiment in a blind test. Like you blindfold your customers, then offer different variety of a particular drink, say diet coke and non-diet coke, or some classical coke or different kinds of coke, and then test it to a person who is loyal to a particular variety. It is observed that majority of them could not differentiate which one actually is their brand, is their variety. So, that shows even though they are passionate about a particular variety, they think that they do not like other varieties, but then in a blind test they could not distinguish. That shows they are emotionally attached to a particular variety because of the, maybe because of the story that the advertisement or promotional activity that the company did effectuated or something. So, that is the point of discussion. It is also a process of co-sharing of brand equity. For example, Nike associates its product with star athlete. Okay, this is about advertisement. So, when you advertise, you normally identify a celebrity, particularly those whose persona resonates with maybe your customer's persona, or maybe your story, whatever you try to tell your customer. So, it may be kind of you share the celebrity's brand equity and celebrity shares company's brand equity. So, it becomes a kind of a match, and then both people actually flourishes. Like Just Dial hired Amitabh Bachchan for advertisement without actually giving money, but giving high equity. So, Amitabh Bachchan was trying to create value for the company, and in the process he was trying to create his own wealth. So, building a brand should have these two components. One is the emotional part of the value, and another is rational part of the value. Emotional part you create through advertisement, create awareness, and then design a compelling story. A compelling story is always connected to content marketing. We will be discussing that moving forward. Brand storytelling is a very powerful and very effective way to make emotional connection and build lasting relation with your audience. Use the story to engage customers and elicit emotion to foster loyalty, forging meaningful relationship that goes far beyond product or services, meaning that product quality, product features, they are something, but then by telling the story, people become passionate to the product or connected to the product irrespective of all those tangible things. The other part is the tangible thing, that is you use promotion like give discount or do any other promotion to call to action, meaning to invite people to make real purchase rather than evaluating after they have done everything. Now, it is a time for them to press the button and the buy button and make the purchase with an offer that they can't refuse. You try to over deliver on your promise, meaning that you deliver more than you promise and give unexpected surprising satisfaction. Here is a wonderful example of emotionally connecting through content, through understanding customers aspiration, real aspiration, and giving customer not only value, but educating them, and in the process creating permanent and lasting relationship. When Huggies was introduced in Canada, Pampers was the premium brand, and it had 100% market share in Canadian hospitals. So, for any new entrant, when a company has 100% share, any new entrant will find it so very difficult to penetrate that market, because 100% means people have, it has become a household name. If any brand becomes a household name, it is very difficult to dislodge them and then make fresh entry by a new company. So, Huggies knew that competing with Pampers, they needed to provide tangible as well as emotional reasons for mothers to choose Huggies before arriving at the hospital to give birth. And they try to understand what should be our connecting thread, and the answer lied in the name itself, hug or hugs. They found through some research literature about some very huge data of survey revealed that hugs actually helps stabilize babies' vital signs. Like at the beginning, the baby comes in a harsh reality from mother's comfort of the mother's womb. It comes to the harsh reality, and everything is so very adverse. So, they are vital signs. Many babies actually cannot bear the trauma. They build immunity system, they ward off illness and improve brain development through skin to skin touches, meaning through hugs, through once you take the baby in your lap. So, they kind of get the reassurance, and then gradually they grow and become immune to the harsh adverse realities. So, the brand went on a mission to leave no baby unhugged, meaning that every baby should be hugged, and if there is any baby who is not hugged, there should be a professional who should hug. So, this was a message actually, this was a content in a story that Huggies actually tried to popularize. They educated mothers through a different channel, they educated mothers on the benefits of skin to skin contact with their babies. They motivated Canadian hospitals to have volunteer huggers for babies in need of the hugs. They achieved growth much higher than industry average, huge engagement rate, and emerged as a lead brand against all odds. Any brand that has loyal customers, huge loyal customers, it has high brand equity. Brand equity is nothing but premium value, meaning that if a product, suppose you have a product and there is a competing product, suppose the competing product is selling at 100 rupees, your product is exactly similar to the competing product, but you sell at 110 rupees, still customer purchases. That is what is brand equity, and that is what premium that a strong brand equity gives to the company. Brand equity is a premium commercial value, meaning whatever examples I gave can be derived from consumers' loyalty to it and emotional attachment. The value depends on how strongly the customers are loyal, or how strongly they are emotionally connected to the brand, and the number of people who are connected, who are loyal to the brand. Branding is the process of creating lasting connectivity with customers. The process creates a unique impression for a product in the consumer's mind, mainly through storytelling, through advertisement or advertising campaigns. Branding aims to establish a significant and differentiated presence in the market or in the minds of the customer that attracts and retain loyal customer. Core to brand building is therefore nice storytelling, a story that resonates with customers persona, their pain, their aspiration, and educating them, empowering them with the knowledge that they need to make a purchase decision. Whosoever gives that knowledge, unbiased knowledge, they remain favorable for the customers, because they feel that these are nice people and they established some kind of connectivity. This is another example, a wonderful example. Airbnb is a very new company. It started in 2008, and the story is almost like a textbook story. They started with 3 broke students and an air mattress, meaning that there are 3 students who had no money, they are almost broke. All that they had is an air mattress, is a very small thing, very low cost thing. What they did is, during their study they needed some money. They could not make both ends meet. So, what they did is, they invited people to come and stay in their dorm, sharing this mattress. So, people will come and sleep on the mattress and they would pay them some money. That was not a business model, but then it worked as a minimum viable prototype. So, the idea of a sharing of residences or sharing of homes came from here. Eventually, they emerged as a $30 billion company. 30 billion makes something like 25,000 crore rupees or so, nearly. Their mission, initial mission, to provide travelers with authentic experiences and to foster a sense of belonging anywhere in a community of like-minded individual. Meaning that you are away from home, but still you feel like you are at home, but at a different destination anywhere in the world, something like that. It was founded in 2008 and was doing brisk business till 2013, marketing themselves as a service that provided homes for travelers rather than just accommodation. But then they thought they have to revisit their story. They should understand what customers actually value, both customers as well as homeowners who are sharing their homes with the customers. So, they conducted huge experiment, huge interviews with both hosts as well as holiday makers to understand what they valued the most. They tried to get the most keywords that most of the people were using as to what they miss, what is the common words or common features that everybody kind of everybody is trying to sing or mention. They found that belonging is the word that was mentioned maximum times during the interview. They had a sense of belonging in these places, or the homeowners were trying to give visitors a sense of belongingness. So, that emerged as a key word that most of the people used, and that is how Airbnb identified, okay, so belonging is the main features or main theme or main driving force that should be associated with the brand, and they should promote this idea, this features moving forward. So, eventually their slogan changed and thought that okay, belonging anywhere should be our official tagline. That led to the creation of their new logo and their entire brand story. So, the new story says, we imagine a world where you belong anywhere. So, it becomes a global residence for you, you belong to the world and the world belongs to you, kind of a philosophy. And that is how this logo was built. Look at the meaning, how this logo carries all the meaning of this company or their mission, their offerings. They say people, then place, where people belong. The entire world is the place. When you give a Google search for a place, you get this symbol. Then there is a love sign, and A stands for Airbnb. Everything has been combined, culminating into the symbol that they affectionately call Bello, hello Bello, and that contains what this stands for, Airbnb stands for. Most importantly, what do we learn from this entire story? Very briefly told, but what do we learn? We learn that you should keep people at the center of your business or of your philosophy, of your strategy. Why so? Because Airbnb could not have imagined that belonging should be our main motto, or belonging is valued by our customer, our homeowners the most. So, they interviewed people, many people across the world, and they got this insight. So, when you are in the marketplace or you are trying to rediscover or understand as to what you should do now to better serve your customer, people should be at the center. So, you should try to focus on the people. You learn from your own community, meaning the customers and the vendors and the suppliers, customers and the vendors and your employees. It is not too late to find your story, meaning that Airbnb, they started in 2008, but they revisited their whole entire story in 2013-14. That actually gave them huge growth. Now, they are such a huge company and $30 billion company. So, it is never too late to redefine your mission, vision, objective, your slogan, what you value, what you stands for, the value for which you exist. And then content is the key. Look at the logo and look at the entire philosophy, and how Airbnb, actually this was not told earlier, just let me mention that they keep on posting videos in YouTube and their own home page, where this contents are customer created. Customer goes to a home and then they share videos about their happiness, their nice experience at the home, and then that becomes a message. Looking at that becomes so authentic. Any advertisement will be looked upon with apprehension. This is what the company says. Whereas, when a customer says something, that becomes highly authentic, and it is not one customer. They keep on posting frequently. So, you cannot mistrust when thousands of people are sharing their experience. So, content is a key. It is never late, and people should be at the center. We will be talking less about brand. I have many slides, but in a nutshell, you have to have a story about your offering that should resonate with people, and brand actually give everything of that kind. So, we will be moving fast. You can pause and read them. There are a lot of text here, but everything is about connecting with customer, connect emotionally with your brand and product and get superior value, lasting value, create lasting relationship. What actually represents the brand other than the value? It is a logo, color mix, a brand message or a tagline. It should transmit the message you want your customers to perceive about your product, service, etc. Next in line is public relations. I will explain this with some stories. These stories might have been told in the previous sessions, but just focusing on them to say what public relations means. Michael Dubin, he stumbled upon a warehouse full of surplus razor blade, meaning in a kind of a party he met his friend's father-in-law, and the father-in-law, while talking to Dubin, just mentioned that I have a whole warehouse full of blades I am not able to market, I just want to dump it somewhere. Because at that point of time Gillette has had more than 70% market share, rest of the market share was held by umpteen number of small companies, and this being one of them. Then Dubin found an opportunity in this, and he thought, I can do something and start a business. So, he started selling blades online, taking these blades, but that is not important. Important is he made a video. You should see this video in YouTube. I do not have the link, but you just give Michael Dubin story or video in YouTube on Dollar Shave Club. You get the video. It is a very funny but very realistic video with good quality video. The day this video was there, same day 12,000 orders were received. It is unthinkable for any company. 2016, Dollar Shaving Club was taken over by Unilever for $1 billion. That is the value he created. Another story is about Dropbox. We have already mentioned that just with a small video, Dropbox received 10,000 plus sign-ups at a time when venture capitalists were averse to funding new cloud sharing of files. But then with a small video, and that went viral, this company became a $10 billion company. Similarly, Warby Parker's, I do not remember if I talked about it or not, but Warby Parker was the first company to come up with a business model for selling eyewear online, and their PR firm helped them to publish a story in Vogue, and they received so many orders in the first day itself that they ran out of inventory. All these stories, success stories, were possible because they could come up with a public relation, reaching out to the public through some media. So, everything, all success of today's companies depends on your capability to come up with a media to reach out to a lot of people and give them the trust or attract them through whatever means that these people have adopted or something new, so that you can connect with a lot of people, and then once you take off, once you acquire escape velocity, then you do not have to look back. But then one should remember that one size does not fit all, meaning that you may not have the similar kind of strategy, you may have to adopt something different. So, many startups actually fail even though they have a wonderful product or services, because they fail to get the word out to the public. They may think product will sell itself, but it actually does not do. Advertisement, we have already discussed about advertisement. It is another way of reaching out to the public. It is a kind of a outbound marketing push, but here there is no reporter. Unlike public relation, there is a reporter, here there is no reporter. So, you read them and get to know, depending on what kind of products you are selling, meaning what kind of audience you are targeting, your advertisement has to be different. Content marketing, I have already given an example of Huggies. They came up with customer education. They try to educate the customer, look, skin to skin contact creates so much value for the baby, and which mother will not like to know this new knowledge. The moment they know, they look upon the guys who told them about it and try to buy their products. That is how content marketing is. You try to educate customer, and customers get connected with you and offer superior value, and then it is a permanent relationship. Quality content is a win-win for both, like Huggies, like many others. Maybe we have some more examples here. Online presence is the in thing today. Online presence can be created through web design, like your website, like UX, UI, user interface, user experience, then through blogging, through search engine optimization, pay-per-click marketing, many other things. You should read this. Social media marketing. Social media marketing is the new thing, and it is more efficient than anything else. Through social media marketing, you can actually acquire customer data, what they like, what they do not like, which features they like, which pattern they like, which fashion they like, which cuisine they like, etc., etc. You can connect, you can gather so much of information. Then using artificial intelligence, you can actually refine your product, refine your website, refine the way you want to present yourselves. Marketing through messaging app or messenger app. Research shows that any other media does not work so much as messenger works, because nowadays the millennial in particular, they want to look into their cell phone rather than anything else, rather than a desktop. They do not have the time to go to home and then sit in front of the desktop. So, messaging actually works. Here is the data for statistics on messaging. Marketing, email marketing, only 2% of the people click on any email, whereas 30% people click on message. So, what media you actually adopt depends on the kind of companies, kind of product, kind of customer segment that you target. We will take a break here, and we will have the next session. We will continue marketing in the next session. Thank you so much.